Hi, everybody. This is Oscar Goodman, Mayor of the City of Las Vegas, and it's a historic day today. KCLV Channel 2 is your station.
That was January 5th, 2000. With that announcement from former Mayor Oscar Goodman, the city's new television station, KCLV, made its debut on air.
This will be a public hearing to consider the report of expenses to recover costs for payment of it.
For the first time, city residents could catch gavel-to-gavel coverage of city meetings.
The council told us from the get-go that one of their top priorities was going to be providing an open government, meaning people were going to have access to the city in non-traditional ways.
That's David Riggleman, Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas, reflecting on KCLV's 10th anniversary. Now, let's fast forward a few years and take a tour with present-day David.
Well, you wouldn't think that a TV station would start in a fire training center, but that's exactly where we started.
So this is where it started.
This is where it started, and you're going to be impressed.
Oh, okay. Can't wait. Let's see. You're our tour guide, so please lead the way.
Come on in. This is where we started.
This is where it all began.
The fire training center.
Okay.
This was the control room.
This is the control room.
This is the control room.
You had all the equipment in here for a
Yes,
control room.
Exactly. The switcher, the monitors, all that was in here. That everything jammed into here.
To give you some perspective, this is our control room, present day. Needless to say, an office, doubling as a control room, made for a tight squeeze.
I take it you were like this in there.
Small. And this was the studio, the entire studio.
This is the studio.
This was it. Okay. And when you would bring in the cameras and the sets, we were really, it kind of reminded me of Wayne's World a little bit, that we were kind of just in the corner of
That's a good pop culture reference there.
Exactly.
Okay, yes.
Somebody's basement. You know, you can see it's a fairly small space, and so what would happen is every time we would do a show, we would have to take that set down and then set up another set for the next show.
You heard right, shows. By this point, the station was broadcasting more than just city meetings. City Beat, the show you're watching right now, joined the KCLV lineup.
Welcome to City Beat. Hi, I'm Brian Willett.
A few years later, a new host came on the City Beat scene.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this edition of City Beat. I'm your host, Nancy Byrne.
Willett passed the hosting duties to longtime KCLV host and beloved community fixture, Nancy Byrne, who faithfully served for 20 years.
Hi there, I'm Crystal Allen, and welcome to City Beat.
When Nancy retired, I humbly picked up the torch to carry on the City Beat legacy. And here's another KCLV original.
Hello and welcome to Access City Council. I'm David Riggleman, Communications Director for the City of Las Vegas.
That's one of the first Access City Council recordings. David, aka our tour guide, created the sit-down interview show which still runs today. It highlights city council members and what's happening in their wards. This was all new territory for KCLV, but the crew was clear on the station's mission from the very beginning.
We weren't going to try to replace the local news media by any stretch, but we were going to try to fill that niche that they weren't filling. We're going to show you a complete city council meeting, uncut, unedited. We're going to tell you things that are going on in your neighborhood that probably aren't big enough to make the evening news, but are still important to you if you live in that area. So that was always the focus, and that was always what we wanted to try to accomplish. And 25 years later, we're still doing it. So
Well, it looks like you had a great first step.
I look at it now, and it's a miracle we got a second step out of there.
But that's a great transition, because that second step is where we're headed now, right?
That's true.
Okay.
We moved from here for 2 years later, and I'll show you where we ended up 2 years after we moved in here.
You lead the way. You're the one leading the tour.
Well, Crystal, this was where we moved to in 2002, and we thought we'd died and gone to heaven because we moved from the corner of the fire training center to this whole building. Now, this is much smaller than the studio we're in now over at the new City Hall, but this was state-of-the-art for us back at the time. Carolyn Levering is going to send a little tip.
The station was located off Las Vegas Boulevard and Stewart Avenue, right next to the old City Hall.
As you're standing here and coming back to what essentially was our second home. You know, what's kind of going through your head? What memories are coming back?
Some of the fond memories that I have of this building is the first time we won an Emmy Award, and this guy behind the camera had something to do with that.
Our Eric Sorensen,
exactly.
Photojournalist.
We found out we won our first Emmy when we were in this building, so this place always has a special place for me.
That Emmy Award-winning piece was Las Vegas Gangs, not our kids. Award-winning KCLV host and supervisor Nancy Byrne produced the piece alongside two other award winners, photojournalists Eric Sorensen and audio-video specialist Jesse Harville. As for shows, Las Vegas Town Hall, hosted by former Mayor Oscar Goodman, became a fixture on the KCLV lineup, but the show signed off when the mayor termed out. This is the final episode in 2011. Sitting on set with former Mayor Oscar Goodman, two future mayors, former Mayor Carolyn Goodman and current Mayor Shelley Berkeley.
You know, when I was getting married, we had 600 people at the wedding. I had 19 bridesmaids, and so it was huge. It was
this wasn't your first wedding. This is not your first.
This is my second wedding.
Fine,
yes, the other one was a little more sedate. Nonetheless. So I'm there at the receiving line, and the people are walking by, and I'm, shaking hands with everybody, and I don't know what the heck's going on. So a month later, I get the photos from the photographer. I start looking through the photos. There's Oscar at the end of the receiving line, and I have a picture of Oscar with my mother, a picture of Oscar with my father, with the groom, with all my bridesmaids. There were 19 bridesmaids and Oscar. And the amazing thing is, I didn't invite Oscar to my wedding.
The station also evolved, providing other ways for viewers to watch KCLV.
You're watching City Beat, but as you can see, you're watching it on your computer. Thanks to a technology called video streaming, we're now able to show all of our programs.
In 2012, KCLV's time on Las Vegas Boulevard came to a close. The time had come to make a move.
So from here, our second stop, we'll move to our last and final location, which is where we are now, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay, is he going to lead the way?
All right, here we go. Let's hit it.
Go.
You know the way, I think. And Crystal, of course, that brings us to our current home. You can see this is a far cry from where we started. So we're very fortunate and glad that we were able to have the council support that we did to move here.
And what year was that?
We moved here in 2012. We moved into this studio. So, but you saw where we started, and yeah, look at the difference.
What a difference a few years can make.
Oh yeah.
In our third home, more shows and segments were added to the programming schedule. Our most recent addition, Down for Vegas, a show exploring all things Vegas, streaming on one of our city's YouTube channels. The city, however, never lost sight of its mission of providing residents with important and sometimes life-saving information. Case in point, our daily news updates during the height of the coronavirus. And now, after 25 years of bringing city government closer to you, the station once known as KCLV Channel 2 is now City of Las Vegas TV. For the past 25 years and the next 25, City of Las Vegas TV will continue to be your community connection.
To the next 25.
To the next 25. I like that. Onward and upward to 25.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you for watching City of Las Vegas TV on YouTube. Be sure to like this video and click that subscribe button. For more videos like this, just click on that box.